from the beginning and go. Why not?
I got for sure.
For sure. And just the Haggad Gemara has a lot of great like lessons and Musad and ethics and stuff like that. But there's also some things which are difficult to understand. You don't get to the full depth. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. I love you.
Although Kim, all my ways are difficult. Third time, fourth time reading.
Nice. Maybe different style now.
Yeah.
For a while, yeah. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna move through it. A lot of stories, ethics, concepts, talks about demons a little bit. Some interesting stuff. Right, so that's when they skip. Oh, this is the second pedic. Start with the second pedic. We should do it. Don't get bogged down.
This guy.
Did you guys meet up in Israel?
No, locked in Amsterdam.
Like a Leo. It's home. It's home. Every time they say it's home. What am I doing here? Right? Let's move. The whole crew goes. So we can do it.
Yeah. I want to do that for the summer. I want to go there for the summer.
It is hot. It is hot. Vacation type?
You know, the kids is like camp, educational.
You know, my aunt, my uncle.
Yeah.
Stephen Eddie.
Fonz didn't do it yet. You have to take the kids for like a 6-week summer. Kish the camp.
You have to have things to do though. You can't just.
No, you have to.
Yeah. Can't have a plan. Yaakov just went and just. My uncle used to do that, man. Uncle Stephen, yeah. They didn't come to deal.
Formula 1.1.
Yeah.
Give them knowledge. Give them knowledge. Of course.
Wow.
Okay, let's go. Okay, this Gemara now. We're up to the 2 dots on Gimel Amud Bet. Gimel Amud Bet, 2 dots. 2 second wide line. Second wide line. So these Gemaras we're gonna go move a little quicker. It's gonna be a couple days. Let's begin. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of new topics, lighter things, not so many sugyot over here. As you see the Pima giant. Okay. The Amar Rabbi Zerika, Amar Rabbi Ami, Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. Rabbi Zerika said in the name of Rabbi Ami, the name of Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. En omrim b'fnei hamet el dvarav shel met. Person should only speak in front of a person that passed away. Gimel Amud Bet, second word line. Amar Rabbi Zerika, Amar Rabbi Ami, Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. En omrim b'fnei hamet el dvarav shel met. Should only speak in front of the dead body matters pertaining to the deceased, right in front of, right within the Tosafot, right within his 4 amot. Yes, or things that are needed for the dead body, or halachot that are needed to be done for the person that passed away. So Amar Rav Abba bar Kahana, Rav Abba bar Kahana said, he qualified the statement. He said, Lo Amran Ela b'divrei Torah. This statement was only said regarding to divrei Torah, meaning a person should not speak divrei Torah around the deceased person, right around him. Regular divrei, but just to talk, let lamba. There's no problem.
Is that when the body is in front of you or in the ground?
Right now, before they bury the body,
Body's in front
right in front of you, then within the 4 amot, you shouldn't be talking divrei Torah because, in a certain sense, Rashi brings down is the guy, the person that passed away can't learn Torah anymore. He's not completely in Olam Haba, whatever he's in.
What is it?
Hedef for sale.
Is it like any mitzvah or just talking about Torah only?
Any divrei Torah, speaking in divrei Torah. Yeah, I don't say do mitzvah. So you shouldn't speak divrei Torah in front of the person because it's almost like it's for us and for him, you're mocking the person that he can't any longer do mitzvot and speak divrei Torah. So you shouldn't speak divrei Torah within his area.
Which they usually do.
Well, Tosafot says only within the 4 amot.
No,
Is that
usually
only,
do that.
only within
What are we talking about?
only within 6 feet is a problem. It also has spared something leading up to the eulogy is allowed. So that is considered for the man. But just to start talking, oh yeah, we're not going to give up the rachot today. Start talking about learning while you're around.
Sorry,
What about all that bit? Is that allowed? No, it's not.
Well, he can't learn Torah for a different reason. The person himself.
No, but if you go there and you speak to the,
I don't think it's a problem. You can talk to the people that
Go
are.
to these places, go to these barayah, all they talk about is the language. It's funny, how great it on the Hamidin one. That's all they talk about. Wait, kibbeh or what are you saying?
Yeah.
The craziest thing.
You know, the Gemara
That was a
actually.
great tennis player. Who cares? What's that gonna do for him?
The Gemara actually says in a couple of David says.
I heard somebody. I was at a funeral. I was at a funeral. I heard a guy say a poem. No, don't record it. The wrong person. Very bad. I don't want it. But they said a poem. And how good he was a tennis player. The guy got up there, started saying a poem. The lady who's Syrian, who was her father passed away, was cringing, grabbing her husband, get this guy off the stage. Like it was like I was blown away. How he jumped over the net. What are you saying? What are you saying? Crazy. This is the real
Yeah. You know, the Gemara actually says the main schar for visiting a person that's sitting is being quiet. Shtikuta. You know, he's thinking, I'm going to be awkward. Okay, that's the point. You're supposed to sit there and be. Sit. People.
Good.
Okay. Second opinion says, V'ika de Amri. Some said differently. Some said Amar of Abba bar Kahana, of Abba the son of Kahana, said, Lo Amran ela afilu b'divrei Torah. Lo Amran ela afilu b'divrei Torah. We only needed the statement of that you're not supposed to speak in front. That's Mike to say. You're not supposed to speak in front of the person that passed away. That's even referring to the divrei Torah. You shouldn't talk. Ve'kol sheken milid ha'aman. All the more so, you shouldn't be just schmoozing around the met. This and this understanding is saying that it's disrespectful in front of the deceased to be speaking about things. So you shouldn't be talking about mundane matters, and all the more so, you shouldn't be speaking about the divrei Torah. There's another reason why you shouldn't speak. So according to the first answer, it's only don't speak divrei Torah because it's like almost like you're making fun of the guy. He can't learn Torah anymore. He passed away. That was the first understanding. The second understanding is saying, no, it's not just not respectful to speak in front of the deceased, just to be talking about nonsense. And kol sheken says you can't even speak divrei Torah. I mean, unless it's dvarav shel met, unless you're doing it for them. Maybe you're saying kaddish for the met, and that's for the met. You're saying hespedim for the met, that's for the met. If it's just random things.
To watching the body.
Except from moment to moment.
What?
What do you mean?
Right, for moments, right.
Or second mitzvah. Okay, good. Now we're going to go into David HaMelech a little bit about what time he used to wake up and what he used to do at nights. Okay. Amar bi Zerika, Amar bi Ami, no. David. Right, so we said last week that David HaMelech woke up at Hatzot. He woke up at midnight, and there were 2 mishmarot left to the night. That's what we brought it in. We said David HaMelech woke up at Hatzot. There were 2 mishmarot left. There were another 2 mishmarot. If each mishmar is 3 hours, there were 2 mishmarot left. So he said he woke up at Hatzot. That was the point. David bepalga delia havikai. David HaMelech woke up in the middle of the night. That's not true. Me'urta havikai. He woke up in the beginning of the night, in the evening. He was already waking up at 7 p.m. for the day. As the pasuk says, "Kadamti beneshef ve'vasheya." I used to wake up at neshef, and I used to cry out to Hashem.
119, right?
What does neshef mean? 119. Yep. What does nefesh mean? How do you know that the word neshef means that he woke up in the evening? Because the pasuk says, "Beneshef," at the neshef, which is be'erev yom, the evening of the day, be'ishon laila ve'afila, as the day becomes becoming black and dark. So we see that the word neshef means evening. So the question is, it says in the pasuk, "Kadamti beneshef be'vasheya." I woke up in the evening and I started praying to Hashem. So how can we say that David woke up at Hatzot? When I answers, is going to have three answers to this question. Amar Aboshi, Amar Abacha, Hachika Amar. This is what it means. Me'olam lo avad alai hatzot laila b'shina. I never slept past hatzot laila, meaning normally maybe he would wake up already at 7 p.m., 6 p.m., whatever, for the day, but he never slept past it. Sometimes he would sleep past that time, but he never went past hatzot. It's a crazy thing, but you see Gedolim, even like in our generation, that would sleep like 3 hours and be fully focused, and somehow they were, you know.
Hey, this guy right here.
Oh yeah, you're like 4 hours, no? What do you do? 12 to 4, no?
I need to sleep. Trust me. I'm not this.
Okay. Rabbi Zera says, no, ad hatzot laila haya mitnamnem kesus. Until hatzot, from the evening until hatzot laila, till the middle of the night, he would doze like a horse. He wouldn't go into a deep sleep, but he was somewhat thinking, somewhat sleeping.
What's that comparison? Horses are quick to get up.
Horses don't lie down. They're like
Yes,
this.
they do.
They're like this. They don't lie down. Of course they do. I haven't seen
They
it.
sleep down.
Horses sleep standing up, yeah. The book, the Big Red Barn.
What does Rashi say right there?
Horses sleep standing up.
They sit up like this.
Horses
What
lie
does
down. Rashi say on the Sus?
They don't sleep lying down.
Yeah, but horses lie
Osek v'torah kashu mitnamnem. He was learning while he was dozing. Kesus hazeh she'eno nidam le'olam. It never takes a deep sleep. It's always, the way it sleeps is always like an on and off sleep.
It's a
Yeah.
dozo.
Right.
It's a
So
dozo.
he was like
Right.
half sleeping and thinking at the same time while he's sleeping. So he's getting his rest and still thinking in the Torah as he's sleeping. So that was from 6 p.m.
You never see
Till
it
midnight.
out cold. And then he
Yeah,
got
that-
up. And then he got up at midnight.
to be like,
And then he got up at midnight for the day.
I can't. I need to be lying down.
And Alice.
Go to the mall, now he's gonna go.
No.
I have to check your Sus.
Go watch the horses.
Okay, and mikan ve'elach, from that point onwards, hayam mitgaber ka'ari. He would be waking up like a lion. Okay, third answer is Rav Ashi Amar ad hatzot laila till hatzot osek b'dvire Torah. He was learning Torah. Mikan ve'elach, when hatzot started, b'shirot v'tishbachot, he would be singing songs and praises to Hashem. So one pasuk says he woke up at evening, and one pasuk says he woke up at hatzot. We're saying the second pasuk that said he woke up at hatzot is when he shifted from Torah to shirot v'tishbachot. As the pasuk says, hatzot laila akum lehodot lecha al mishpetei tzidkecha. It says I woke up at hatzot to start praising you, Hashem. So there were 2 points in the night where he, shifted. First he woke up in the evening at 6 p.m. He's ready, whatever, he slept for a couple hours, then he woke up at 6 p.m. And then Torah, midnight started. Shirot v'tishbachot. Right? Midnight started shirot v'tishbachot. Okay. Now the Gemara just asked, "Neshef urta" was the definition of neshef evening. Ha neshef safrahu. Neshef is morning. Techtiv, because the pasuk says, "Vayakem David mahaneshef ve'ad ha'erev lemaharotam." David HaMelech hit them, smoked them from neshef until evening of the next day. Right, so it's from neshef until evening of the next day. So we're assuming my lav misafra ve'ad lelia. We're assuming that neshef means the morning, the Monday morning, let's say, until the evening of the next day. But it says neshef till Laila. So it doesn't sound like neshef is Laila.
It's not 24 hours yet.
It could be those.
This is before 24. Then they get answer.
Or you mean ad Laila of that night, which
Morning
is the
till
next
night.
day?
Day shift to the next 26 hours later.
The next line you get out.
36 hours later.
No,
Morning
night.
till the next night.
No. Day shift, still meaning night, 6 p.m. So night, 9 p.m. the next day. 26 hours later. That's the way I was
saying. You don't have to say it's a day.
No, but it says from Neshef until Erev the next day. If Neshef means Erev, you want to say Erev is different than Neshef?
From the Neshef
Different
until
part of the
the
night.
evening of the
9,
next
why
day.
9? Saying Neshef is Erev is different than Neshef? Okay, right. So we were assuming Neshef was Erev, Urta, which is nightfall.
Until the evening of the next day, so it would be 24 hours.
Which sounds 24 hours, but the problem is if Neshef means evening, then why are you saying, you know, it's from Neshef until evening? So we're saying Neshef can't mean evening.
Because you would have said Neshef again, you're saying?
Yeah, we say Neshef to Neshef or Erev to Erev. Neshef, it sounds like it's a different time. Okay.
No, so what they're trying to say is Neshef is the morning until the evening.
Right,
The next day, which is night, which is 12 hours.
Right.
Not 24 hours yet. It was.
So it's morning.
Right. My love versus right. My love misafra ba'adala. It doesn't mean from morning until evening the next day. That's how I'm understanding it. Neshef, which is morning.
That's 36 hours.
36 hours, right?
Read the next one.
The Gemara says, Lo me'urta va'aduta. No, it does mean from evening to evening. From Neshef to Erev means from evening to evening. The Gemara says, wait, if it means from evening to evening, then Iachi lichtov me'haneshef ad hanefesh, and the pasuk should say from Neshef to Neshef, or me'ha'erev ad ha'erev, or from evening to evening, right? Neshef to Neshef, or Erev to Erev. If Neshef means evening,
Right.
then be consistent in your terminology. Right? You said from Neshef to Erev. They both mean the same thing while you're switching.
Right.
It must mean different things. So it must be Neshef maybe means the morning time. So how are you telling me that Neshef earlier meant evening? So Rava says, there's two different types of nafshi. Neshef doesn't mean evening or morning. Neshef means a turning point, going up or leaving one time period to another time period, or taking something out of another thing. We use Lashon of also, Gemara talks about when a bone gets dislodged. The bone was shaf meduchte, it came out up from its spot. Transition. There you go, I like that. Neshef le'eliyav ati yemama, you could have the neshef, the transition from night and bringing on of the day, and neshef yemama ati le'eliyav. You could also have the neshef of the daytime, which transitions into nighttime. So when David HaMelech says, I woke up at Neshef, which Neshef is that referring to? Marashah says it can't be referring to morning because there's nothing special about it to say that I woke up at morning. So it must be that when David HaMelech says I woke up at Neshef, he meant to say I woke up in the evening. I woke up in the evening.
Like
That
twilight,
Neshef.
like twilight almost.
Right. And this pasuk that says that they hit them from Neshef until Erev is referring to the morning Neshef.
Rabbi, if it's a
Until the next day
transition,
ends.
it's a transition. Why wouldn't they, each time they mention it, say which one? Why are they leaving it so open-ended that you have to assume?
See the day and the night at the same time.
You're saying why did we use this terminology?
I'm using a word that
Why didn't
Well,
they say Neshef Yeshua?
that's why.
Right. Well, you could understand it says he hit them from Neshef until evening. So in the context of the pasuk, you could definitely figure out this Neshef we're referring to as the morning Neshef. Okay, so the word Neshef could mean both morning and night. So we're okay with saying that the Melech woke up at Neshef means evening, and he also woke up at Hatzot. Gemara has a couple of famous Gemaras coming up. You hear these in speeches a lot. David, mi havi yada palga delia emat. Did David HaMelech really know when midnight was? Hashta Moshe Rabbeinu lo havi yada. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know when midnight was. Exactly, precisely when midnight is. There's no sign in the sky that you could figure out the precise point of midnight. Midday, you could figure it out with the sun. So at night, I can figure it's black. It's also black at 11. It's also black at 1, right? As Moshe Rabbeinu said, he told the people, "Kahatzot laila ani yotzei b'doch Mitzrayim." Around Hatzot laila, we're going to leave Egypt. My kaha. So why Moshe Rabbeinu say kahatzot laila around Hatzot? If maybe you tell me that Hashem told him around midnight. Is there such a thing of a safek? Is there ever a doubt to Shamayim? Hashem knows exactly when Hatzot is. Can't be that Hashem told him
But
around Hatzot.
when Hashem told him, what did he use? What was the language?
Doesn't say in the pasuk what he told them.
Does it?
It just says Moshe Rabbeinu told them that Hashem said kahatzot laila. Like you want to say it can't be that Hashem told him kahatzot because Hashem doesn't have a safek. So that's the third answer.
Wow.
We'll get there. So Ela, the Gemara says the Amar le bahatzot. Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu exactly at Hatzot laila. Ve'ata iu ve'amar kahatzot. And then Moshe Rabbeinu came and said at around Hatzot. Alma misafkale. We see that Moshe Rabbeinu himself was unsure. Ve'David havi yada. Tell me Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know, but David HaMelech knew. What's going on? Gemara says interesting answer. David simana havile. David had a certain siman. Amar Rav Aha bar Bizna, Amar Bishmon Hasida. Rav Aha bar Bizna said the name of Hasida. Kinor hayat talui lemala mimitato shel David. There was some sort of contraption of a harp that was above David HaMelech's bed. Once Hatzot Laila came, Baruch Sefonit, there was a northern wind that came, and there was a wind that came and it started playing by itself. And at that moment he would stand up and be osek b'Torah until Amud Shahar. So I don't know if this means physical or if this means a spiritual thing, because I saw they asked why didn't Moshe Rabbeinu have the harp, like, and I think Rabbi Yashiv Alav Shalom brings down the Givanah Yevamot says that this northern wind began, it became an etanatzon after Makat Bechorot. Givanah Yevamot says, so this is the year before Makat Bechorot right now. It's right before Makat Bechorot, so Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have this concept. So I don't know the deeper.
I think it's like more there, but Mashiach, so he has a special.
Some sort of nevuah.
Also something with 10-string harp instead of a regular 7-string harp. That correspond to all the years of Mashiach coming. So
Okay, we got something there. Do your notes on the bottom give us anything? Any insights or no? No insights.
That's the harp.
Four winds blew every day.
It's in the test.
East wind blows during the first 6 hours. Southern wind during the second 6 hours.
It sounds like a physical thing.
And I know the wind during the second 6 hours of the night.
What's the Eastern?
Getting to know.
What was the Eastern you said?
Eastern.
Eastern, when it always comes up when we talk about the Matot, that it comes.
During the first 6 hours.
So Tosafot just discusses. So what discuss? Okay, so Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know when Hatzot was, but Hashem told him it's going to be exactly at Hatzot. So why don't Moshe Rabbeinu just say it's going to be exactly at Hatzot? I don't know myself. So Tosafot says he didn't want to say things that he's not able to back up and to defend. He doesn't want to just say things. Then you start questioning him, and he's not going to be able to explain where it came from. So even though he knew it was exactly at Hatzot, that's what Hashem said, but Moshe Rabbeinu wasn't going to say that. So don't just talk if you can't back it up. Okay. Next. Now, Kevan she'ala Amud HaShahar. Once Amud HaShahar came, Nechnesu Chachmei Yisrael etzlo. The Chachamim came to David HaMelech and they told him, Amrulo, Adonenu HaMelech, our master the king, Amecha Yisrael tzrichim parnasah. The Jewish people, they need money. They need parnasah. They were during the time period where the Amalekim were sabotaging them and they need money. So Amar lahem, lechu v'tparnesu ze mizeh. Okay, so go support each other. Take care of each other. I don't know what to tell you. Amrulo, they told him, no, ena kometz must be atari. The handful can't feed the lion. Meaning there's not enough to go around. Even if we start raising money, it's not going to be enough to feed the people.
No, meaning business. Don't go do business. Go do business with each other, not give them money.
Yes.
Yeah, go support it, meaning buy and sell from each other.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I always thought.
It's not what it
I
says
don't
here.
know.
It's not what it says here. During that period, Amalek legions raided cities in Eretz Yisrael, looting food supplies and disrupting commerce.
I learned that.
King David therefore suggested batting legions to rout.
No, that's here in the next one.
Yeah. Number 33. People should go work for one another. The entire nation would be efficient.
It says, let the wealthy support the poor. 33. David said that people should work.
Okay, we got two pshatim.
The entire nation with us becoming.
Meaning the answer makes sense that way. Why? Because what is he saying? There's not enough business to do.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like business. It sounds like they're all helping each other in some sort of,
Business.
Okay, probably both. I mean, figure it out.
Amalek disrupted commerce and looted food.
Right. Okay, so he told them, go figure it out to be able to sustain each other. So they told him it's not enough. The handful is not going to be able to feed the lion. And we can't fill up the pit. Meaning if you scoop out the dirt of a pit itself and then you want to go and refill it up as if a couple of shatim, it won't, I don't know, apparently it won't fill up to that same height. When you pull out, is that a true thing? If you dig out dirt off the ground and you fill it back in, it's going to end up being lower than the amount that you took out.
You're never going to get all of it back in.
Right. So some say you're going to lose. There's not going to, going to lose some money and things. There's not enough money to go around. Basically, you can't tell me just take from Klal Yisrael, feed Klal Yisrael. We're telling you, Klal Yisrael doesn't have enough money. There's not enough here to feed the people. So what's Plan B? So he said, "Amar lehem lechu p'shtu yedechem begedut." You have to go and stretch out your hands and go fight. Go fight the other legions, the other troops. So miyad, what they do is yuatzim ba'Ahitofel. First, they would ask advice from Ahitofel. Then v'nimlachim b'Sanhedrin. Achitofel is going to be the advisor. Then they would ask the Sanhedrin for permission, and they wanted the Sanhedrin to pray for them. V'shoalim be'urim v'tumim. And then they would ask the urim v'tumim to get some sort of nevuah from Hashem.
Crazy. Went to Achitofel first.
First advice, then ask the Sanhedrin for prayer. First practical, then prayer, and then ask the urim v'tumim. Amar Rabbi Yosef Maikra. What's the pasuk that shows that this is the order of events when they wanted to fight? So pasuk says, "V'acharei Ahitofel," after you ask Ahitofel, Benayahu ben Yehoyada, then you go ask Benayahu ben Yehoyada, who was the Sanhedrin, we'll see. And then Evyatar, then Evyatar, who is the Kohen Gadol. And then Visar Sival Melech Yoav. Then you go to the general Yoav to go fight. Right? So again, the order is first Achitophel. We're going to go through them one by one. First Achitophel, then Benayahu ben Yehoyada, then Evyatar, and then you go to the main general of Yoav.
Where was Yoav though in the first part?
He's the actual fighting the war. He's a general.
Oh, okay, because we didn't say that.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. That's meaning go to war.
Okay, good.
So we go through one by one. Achitophel Achitophel was the advisor. And so too it says, and the advice of Achitophel that he gave during those days, it was as if you were asking God. His advice was so on point. So we see Achitophel is the advisor. He's number one. What do you do?
They go straight to.
So yeah, I guess Achitophel is the better, could be the better advisor, you know? Benayahu ben Yehoyada is number two. Zeh Sanhedrin. He was a Sanhedrin. Rashi says Shaya Av Beti. And then the third person they go to is Evyatar. Evyatar, who was the Kohen Gadol at the time. Elu Urim Betumim. We're referencing the Urim Betumim when we say go to Evyatar. So again, advisors, prayer, Urim Betumim, and then you move on to go to war. And so to the pasuk says, "Benayahu ben Yehoyada ala kereti v'ala peleti." They used to go to Benayahu ben Yehoyada before they asked the kereti upeleti. And kereti upeleti we're going to see is the Urim Betumim. It's when they asked to get the Ruach HaKodesh. So it's another proof that they asked Benayahu ben Yehoyada, which is the Sanhedrin, before they went to the Urim Betumim.
You can't go to war though without asking the Sanhedrin first.
Right. Even before the Urim Betumim, which is interesting. You have to make sure.
This is Amalek though, right?
No, it's not Mehyat Amalek. I think they were the ones
No, it's not war on that. This is war against to make money.
to get money.
Amalek had legions, 36.
They were the ones that made them poor, I think. I don't know if they.
It all sounds like the same divine advice.
What's that?
I said, why not just go to right? Wasn't a common divine advice? You're not going to get different advice.
They have. I mean, there's some people, Sanhedrin people giving them the shoot. They think it's proper, and they're gonna say we're gonna.
Right.
You think why not just jump straight to the Urim? Right. Okay. So what do you say? What do you say? We have to do it from our point, not just jumping straight to.
Right.
Have them where I step over, we can't go anywhere without the line.
Straight from Hashem.
If you want to say there's no need to me, you have to ask the idea. Tell me that.
You have to go.
Maybe Hashem still wants us to do our shadlut, that they'll still do our.
I don't know. You have to make it even.
Well, so what?
They go to Urim Betumim. Yeah, I hear you.
So the
I'm saying it's still prevalent. It still should be removed. Unless it's for when the Urim disappear one day, which will
They had it at this point, though.
So at one point it's going to go away. So if you train in order to go to something.
It's like Ishtadut, Mukhrach Ben Amoil. What have to do Ishtadut? Hashem wants you to live as if you're working on your own and still have bitachon. That's how test of Ishtadut. Okay, let's continue though. Yeah. They would ask, and then there would be a certain message that would come up. It's only when we had the Bet Mikdash. I think even the second Bet Mikdash was also. Yeah. Wow, 36
It seems like all this was aligned when they're saying when he told
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's continue. So we said that Benayahu ben Yehoyada was asked before the Kereti Upeleti. Why do you call the Urim Betumim the Kereti Upeleti? Kereti shekortin divrehem. They cut their words cut perfectly. They were extremely precise. Peleti shemuflaim bedivrehem, because their words were very wondrous in their nevuah. So The order is first he has Benayahu, and then you move on to the Urim V'Tumim. And then after you go through these 3 steps of number 1, getting advice, number 2, asking the Sanhedrin, number 3, going to the Urim V'Tumim, afterwards, the leading general was Yoav, meaning then you're ready to go to war. Good. So that was the process.
Yeah, look into that a little bit. No,
Look into that.
I like that 4-step thing. It's true. It's a great question. You could just go. What do we could call out? You waste your time. You go right to the end and call it a day. Urim Tumim say no. There's got to be a reason why there's the process and why they did that way. Right, for sure. Like it, Jay.
Worth noting.
And then you just veto.
Right.
Why did you go right to David? And Achitofel was the one who rebelled against David in the end, and he killed himself. Why? Why? Because there was a war against David, and Absalom, and Achitofel sided with Absalom, and he gave him advice to go to war at night. And Absalom did not take his advice. He listened to the advice of his friends, his young guys. He didn't take the advice of Achitofel. Achitofel already made the calculation if it's one of his mind that he's going to get caught. He killed himself right there on the spot.
He was the one that didn't answer also. He said, should I write
David HaMelech prayed that Absalom wouldn't take the advice of Achitofel.
Okay, let's continue. Amar Rav Yitzchak bar Haddad v'Amri Rav Yitzchak bered Rav Idi. Rav Yitzchak bar Haddad said, some said it was Rav Yitzchak bar Rav Idi said, Ma'ikra, where's the Torah source? Where's the pasuk that says that David HaMelech had this harp? The pasuk says, Ura kevodi ura. He says, wake up, my honor, wake up. David HaMelech is giving himself musad. What gives a person true inner kavod? Waking up early and working and being Oved Hashem. That's a true kavod, not like the other kings that are just sleeping late. Wake up, my kavod, wake up. And nevel v'chinor a'ira shahad. The harp and the lyre, I think, a'ira shahad, will wake up the dawn. So we see that David HaMelech is saying that through the harp, he used to wake up before dawn, and he woke up at Chatzot.
Right?
Kinor is a harp, yeah. Nevel is a lyre, I think.
It's also allusion to Mashiach at the time.
The lyre is that one I have on like the Tehillim, that I think that
He's gonna wake up the dawn.
He's gonna wake up. Okay, let's go a little bit further. Rabbi Zera Omer. Again, our contradiction was that David HaMelech knew exactly when Chatzot was, but Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know. So our first answer is Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know, and David HaMelech had this harp and he didn't know. So Rabbi Zera Omer says a different answer. Moshe le'olam haviyada. Moshe really, he knew when Chatzot was. David nami haviyada. David HaMelech also knew exactly when Chatzot was. So v'kemen de David haviyada, being that David knew kinor lamali, what does he need the harp for? So he says leture mishinte, to wake up from his sleep. And he knew exactly when Chatzot was. He knew exactly when Chatzot was, but he was sleeping, so he needed the harp to wake him up from his sleep. Alarm clock. So the Ritba just points out that if you learn like the opinion that says he was learning until Chatzot and he shifted to praying at Chatzot, and this Gemara doesn't really make sense. Let Ure mission to wake up from his sleep. I mean, he's up the whole time. Ritba says, if you look, this is Rabbi Zera talking. Rabbi Zera was also the one that said that David HaMelech was dozing off until Chatzot. And at Chatzot, he woke up like a lion. So it's Rabbi Zera. Rabbi Zera has the same opinion over here, who's saying, he said over there, that David was somewhat sleeping until Chatzot and needed the alarm clock.
When does he switch over? He was doing the Torah that he drove to Yedim.
Right, but it says, Let Ure mission to wake up from his sleep.
So right, we're saying that Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know the precise time of midnight. He knew
That was the first answer.
but he knew the concept that there was something called Chatzot.
Of course.
Got it, but he didn't know the exact time.
He couldn't pin it to the second.
What they use that as Siman.
The dogs were exactly when they that.
Midnight is when they did the Makat Bechor.
In the middle.
It was at midnight that Hashem saw.
Okay.
He knew of it. And he probably understood right away from tradition.
Right, okay.
Right, yeah, but I think they were in the middle.
Okay. I don't know if it's exactly to the second. Okay, V'kevin de Moshe haviyada. So being that Moshe Rabbeinu knew, this is what a lot of people call Lama le'lememar kahatzot. Why does he have to say kahatzot around Chatzot? You should say exactly at Chatzot Laila. So when I answers, Moshe kasavar, Moshe said, Shema yitu tagnine paro. The astrologers of Paro might make a mistake. Ve'amru Moshe badayhu. And they're going to say Moshe Rabbeinu is a liar. They're going to make the mistake. Moshe Rabbeinu knew the exact time. So why did he say it around Chatzot? Why didn't he say it exactly Chatzot? Because he was afraid they were going to make the mistake and they're going to say Moshe Rabbeinu was a liar. Tamar Mor says, a person should teach themselves to say, I don't know, Shema titbadeh, because he may look like a liar, v'tochaz, and they'll catch you. Now, this is even though Moshe Rabbeinu knew exactly when Chatzot is. So I know something is a truth. But I shouldn't tell it to somebody if they're going to be so convinced that I'm not saying the truth. I'm not going to be able to defend myself, and then they're going to ridicule what I'm saying.
What does he care
So you
about?
even have to be, it's not always, oh, I'm saying the truth. Let me just say what I want.
There's no way to prove that Moshe was right. There's no way to prove it.
So he wants to bring down the message of Hashem is the Melech of Yitbayitziat Mitzrayim. And they're going to make it out, which is very interesting. It's crazy. They're having the firstborns dying. If they ever had any fooling around with other people, the firstborn in another house would die, and then they would see that it was really they went and fooled around with that girl, and their firstborn's dying there. But still, they could find one thing. He was 10 seconds off. He said it's going to be exactly at Chatzot, and the kid died 10 seconds later. They're going to pin it on that, and they're going to say the whole thing's a fake. You just find one thing. And who cares? They're going to find that. They're going to mess it up. Let's anut.
Yeah, everything Moshe Rabbeinu did, by the way,
Also, Rabbi, there
always
was
needed
no
to
way
be checked
to
off.
Last
Checks
one.
and balances.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Right.
There's no way to prove it. You can't tell me something's white.
It's a science.
And it's really white because it's all black. There's no way to say you're wrong and I'm right.
Even though he's saying the truth, though.
Right.
Okay, let's just see the last answer of Asher Amar. Rav Ashi says,
So even if I know something to be 100% true, but the other guy is,
gonna be convinced you're lying.
combative, and he's one of those people, you still got to, say, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's this is a big lesson.
It's a big lesson.
Beautiful.
If you can't prove it, if you can't prove it. What are you just going to cause the guy to question what you're saying, and whatever you're trying to defend, he's going to question.
By the way, it's worth to be peaceful better than right.
Yeah.
Good, I like that.
Okay, let's just do the last one, and then we'll hold here. Last one is a different shot. What Moshe Rabbeinu meant when he said "Kahatzot Laila." Rav Ashi Amar bepalga urta detlesar nagi arbesar havi. Moshe Rabbeinu was in the middle of the night.
The real answer.
In the middle of the night, between the 13th, the night of the 13th, and the morning of the 14th. Let's say the 13th was Monday and the 14th was Tuesday. So he's in the night after the 13th, midnight, between the 13th and the 14th. That was the time period that Moshe Rabbeinu was talking.
He was at Paro's house 13 at midnight.
Right.
So he said Kachatzot the next day.
Right.
Kachatzot the next night. Like this night.
That's what I would say. Just like this moment, tomorrow, we're going to leave Mitzrayim. So it was the precise moment. He's saying, just like this moment, tomorrow we're going to leave Mitzrayim. So three answers. Either Moshe Rabbeinu did not know. David HaMelech knew. Moshe Rabbeinu did not know. That's answer number one. Answer number two is Moshe Rabbeinu did know, but he didn't want them. They didn't know, so they were going to make a mistake. Or Moshe Rabbeinu did know, just like tonight.
The second answer was David also.
Just
had the heart.
Right. Second answer, David also. Right. First answer, David HaMelech. First answer, they didn't know. Second answer.